Hello everyone. So today we are here to discuss upon a very important topic, that is, should Canada ban the sale of internal combustion vehicles by 2030? So first and foremost thing is, why do we need to ban internal combustion vehicles? The main reason behind the ban of internal combustion vehicle is due to the carbon footprint it leaves behind upon its course of its life cycle. To take into consideration, for an average size vehicle, it emits 150.4 grams of carbon dioxide equivalent per kilometer. So these vehicles take oxygen-rich air from the environment and releases greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, etc. So if you are to ban these vehicles, what would be the replacement of those vehicles? So the replacement of those vehicles would be EVs, or we can call it electric motor vehicles. So EVs usually tend to have zero carbon emission over its life cycle, making them much more environment friendly. One more thing to take in consideration is, how does this ban of IC vehicles affect upon consumers? So consumers will be forced to move towards EVs, which are much more expensive compared to regular IC vehicles. Consumers will have to spend more money upon repairing or replacement of EV parts. Even though EVs are proven to be much more reliable, if anything goes wrong with the car, EV parts are usually much more expensive to repair and replace. Taking consideration the Canada's cold weather, the range of EV is still far behind than that of conventional internal combustion vehicles. On top of that, we lack the infrastructure of in remote areas, making it much more difficult for people to switch from ICVs to EVs. Even though it seems that there are many disadvantages of EVs, government has taken many steps to help the switch towards EVs. For example, an investment of $295 million in Ford Motor Company's assembly plant in Oakville to help produce electric vehicles in Canada. Government has also offered incentives and tax refunds to EV owners. As a matter of fact, till date, government has already spent $587 million in its incentive program to help over 92,000 Canadian and Canadian businesses to help make switch from electric vehicles to help switch to electric vehicles that are zero emission vehicles. On top of that, government has a plan to invest $460 million to develop new infrastructure for EVs, bringing in 16,500 new fast chargers and around 10,000 hydrogen stations. Few of the fun facts to take into consideration making the switch. So, manufacturing of EVs tend to generate more carbon dioxide compared to the manufacturing of ICVs. Battery uses some very important metals like nickel and cobalt. Extraction of those metal causes much more carbon emission compared to regular conventional vehicles. But EVs tend to have less pollution over its course of life. So to wrap things up, so to wrap things up, according to a report from UN, it's very important for us to reduce our carbon emission by 45% over the next decade to avoid some major climate change. In order to achieve that goal, many countries have decided to ban internal combustion vehicles, Canada being one of them. Mass production of EVs may have a short-term impact on the environment, but it is beneficial over the long run. 2023 may seem to be too early to ban ICVs, but the goal to convert from ICVs to zero emission vehicles can be achieved by 2035 to 2040. I hope you find some interesting facts in my presentation. Thank you all for watching.